Hey everybody, this is Al Johnson and welcome back to the Al Johnson Show. Thank you all for watching, and ladies and gentlemen, it is that time again. Time for me to update my MCU Disney Plus ranking, because I can now definitively say I have seen everything from WandaVision to Echo. Werewolf by Night, Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, I've seen everything. And I'm going to rank them from my least favorite to my favorite. But before we do that, let's get the preliminaries out the way. If you want to come on board the Train Dash Al Johnson Show, or you want to continue this journey, make sure you do the following. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe, and make sure you click the notification bell whenever new videos are released. Let's not be around the bush, and let's get into it. At the bottom is I Am Groot Season 2. Freaking boring. If The Watcher and even Baby Groot still couldn't hook me, I don't know what will. Next is I Am Groot Season 1. It's harmless. There was some nice stuff, but overall, I don't think... If they ever do a Season 3, I'll watch, but I don't think I'm going to enjoy it. But whatever. They're harmless. Next up, Secret Invasion. There was some good acting, especially from Sam Jackson and Ben Mendelsohn, and especially Kingsley Benadir as Gravik. There was some nice action stuff. There was some surprising things. There was some intriguing things. However, as somebody who's a big proponent of not always following the source material, since the majority of the audience don't read comics, how is it that this show hasn't made a whole lick of sense, even to me? Next up, She-Hulk. Listen. I will defend this show until the cows come home, but I do acknowledge its massive problems, and I do acknowledge the fact that the CG was not working in places, and I acknowledge the fact that Marvel really, they could have done a whole lot with this, but as is, you cannot take away my enjoyment of the show. You just can't. I'm sorry. I do not know what to tell you. You just can't. Next up, now that's like the bottom four to me, but now it's about to jump up into quality, for me at least. Up next, Hawkeye. Solid, underrated, but overall, there wasn't really like a whole lot meat on the bone, even if they try their best to deliver said meat on the bone. Next up, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Crazy underrated show. Crazy underrated show. However, there was a lot of things going against it. There was, because of the pandemic, a plot line about a virus got deleted, and also stuff with Sharon as the power broker, although logistically makes sense, also overall it didn't make sense. The Flag Smashers, they were Carly Morgenthau, she was decent, and also, I don't know, it was just like there was like something missing from the show, but that could be just a me thing, which I can acknowledge, in my opinion at least. Next up, we have Werewolf by Night. Listen, this is the unofficial start of Marvel Spotlight, because this was violent, this was insane. However, I saw the black and white version and I saw the colored version. I prefer the colored version because I want to see the colors, I want to see the lighting, I want to see like the outfits and its details. And I enjoyed the Werewolf by Night. I enjoyed Man-Thing. I enjoyed Elsa Bloodstone. You could tell they had to like shortcut a few things so it can fit into that 30-minute like TV show special, what have you. But listen, if this is the start, if this is the unofficial start of Marvel Spotlight, I can't wait to see where it goes. Now, after that, we have the official start of Marvel Spotlight, Marvel's Echo. This is underrated. I have no idea why there are people hating on this. Listen, listen, Allegra Cox is a superstar in the making. Vincent D'Onofrio eats it as Kingpin. It was awesome to see so many indigenous actors on screen and so many indigenous people working behind the scenes. However, because it was just 5 episodes, meaning there's some deleted episodes, CG that was lacking in places, and overall a cohesive plot that didn't really gel well together. But still, this is very, very underrated, and I think the show deserves a bit more of your respect. Up next, Moon Knight. This show was brilliant. I don't care what anybody says. This show was brilliant. It gave us something different. People always like, I want something different from the MCU. Well, you got something different. And this was that. Oscar Isaac, the fact that he was never he didn't get no nomination for this is a crime. However, I will say there was some things that were lacking. There was some plot lines that didn't mesh well together, and we had to rush things, which was kind of frustrating if you think about it. But this show was fire, and with Marvel Spotlight going underway, I can see Moon Knight season 2, if confirmed, being a part of this, being a part of this world, because it was surprisingly violent, but I had to cut back because it's Disney Plus. But under Marvel Spotlight, don't cut back. But never mind that. Up next, we have What If Season 2. Even though it's a bit inferior to Season 1, because certain cohesive plot lines didn't really gel until maybe the end, it's still a ton of fun. The animation is still amazing. Dare I say cinematic? And you could argue that Season 2 is basically a spotlight for Captain Carter, because she basically runs the show. But it was still fun. I loved the Nebula being a part of the Nova Corps episode. I loved the 80s Avengers episode. I loved the Captain Carter Winter Soldier or Hydra Stomper episode. I loved the 1602 episode. I loved meeting the new character Kahore. And the finale, despite it being not really tonally consistent, it was bonkers fun. It was bonkers fun. And what more could you ask for that? Then after that, we have What If Season 1. For this being the MCU's first animated show, no one knew what to expect. No one knew what to expect, not even me. And to me, other than the 3rd episode, the unassembling of the Avengers 1 team, which also aired on my 29th birthday, other than that episode, in my opinion, nearly every episode hit on cylinders. It was real good. That first season. Oh man, it was quite good. And I hope the show never ends, because it's brilliant. Then after that we have Then after that we have the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. Beautiful. Especially as it tied into Guardians Volume 3. I will say, again, like with By Night, certain things had to be concealed to be a 30-minute special. But honestly, this was beautiful. I mean, the bond with the team up with Drax and Mantis, and the appearance of Kevin Bacon in this, and just the craziness, like that new Christmas song, The Christmas Time Is Here. I could listen to that every Christmas, and I won't get bored. And it's really emotional. Again, going into Guardians 3, it was emotional. And it was a nice penultimate cap off to James Gunn's run in the MCU. Then, after that, we have what people will consider to be the best MCU Disney Plus show, although it's not for me, WandaVision. Completely uncharted territory. No one knew what to expect from this. from the sitcom developments and more time with Wanda and Vision and just the creepy natures of it, and Agatha Harkness being such a character, such a hoot, and just beautiful stuff. Now, the Ralph Boner stuff and the finale kind of being rushed and being like a typical MCU like third act battle and certain things not meshing well.
Yeah.
That's not the show's fault. It's just certain things I had a problem with, but I still enjoyed WandaVision. Like, don't get it twisted. The show is real good. I can see why it's y'all's favorite. It's just not my favorite. You already know what my favorite is. Up next, Miss Marvel. Listen, if I can convince my mother, who was like, I don't want to see this. I don't know about that. If I could convince my mother to see this show, and then throughout the whole run of the show, be hooked and cry and just like be like, honestly, that's a winner in my book. And Iman Vellani, just like Allegra Cox, superstar in the making. The show is amazing, and plus, mutants in the MCU. Come on now. Again, please make Miss Marvel season 2. I would watch that. And these last two, they could be interchangeable, but honestly, it's like a tie for one for me, and it's Loki. You didn't see it coming? Loki. Like season 1, brilliant. We took Loki from Avengers 1 and we gave Loki a new lease on life. We told a new story with Loki. We introduced Sylvie. We had so much twisted turns. We had so much amazing CG and production design. We had the debut of a variant, yes, but we had the debut of Kang in the MCU. Especially at the season 1 finale, it's still mind-boggling. And then season 2, possibly better than season 1. The writing was mostly better. The CG was mostly better. The production design, the characters were mostly better. And dude, Loki fulfilling his glorious purpose, the god of stories, Loki, and just Tom Hiddleston killing it every step of the way. To me, I mean, like I said, it could be season 1 and then season 2 or whatever you have you, but to me, it's a tie. It's Loki. There's no question about it. Loki is my favorite, and it's still the best MCU Disney Plus show, bar none, and that won't change. So, as a quick recap for you guys that just skip it to the end, a quick recap. At the bottom, I Am Groot season 2, then I Am Groot season 1, then Secret Invasion, then She-Hulk, then Hawkeye, then Falcon and Winter Soldier, then Werewolf by Night, then Moon Knight, then What If Season 2, What If Season 1, the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, WandaVision, Miss Marvel, and Loki. Whether Season 1 or Season 2, Season 1, doesn't matter, it's Loki. And that is my ranking for the MCU Disney Plus shows. Now, as far as what can we expect next, we have Ironheart coming up. We have Agatha Darkhold Diaries. We got X-Men 97, although it's not really a part of the MCU, but we got Eyes of Wakanda. We got Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. We got new stuff coming, and I'm excited to see what more is to come. And to me, MCU and Disney Plus, it has its stumbling points, but I think it's been overall good for the product, but that's just me. So guys, that's my ranking of the MCU Disney Plus shows, my new ranking. Tell me down below if you agree with this ranking. If not, then give me your ranking. Everybody's ranking is different. Thank you all for watching, and again, thank you guys for watching, and remember, I've been Al Johnson, and you're not. Deuces.